How front-end development differs from back-end development. Front-end and back-end have become the buzzwords of the IT industry. And most of the work of this field revolves around these two words only. The one who is an outsider wouldn't actually understand what exactly they are, but the only thing they understand is that front-end refers to client's end working, and back-end refers to coding and programming. These two are very important terms if we talk about web development, but both are different from each other. Companies hire front-end developers in order to improvise their customers' experience, and similarly, they hire a developer specifically for coding and programming as well, who can manage the back-end activities well. In general, front-end refers to the user interface and back-end refers to the servers, database, applications, etc., and dedicated front-end programmers excel in this work. So, let us now look into the different aspects of front-end development and back-end development in a detailed manner. Front. What is front-end development? In a layman's language, front-end development basically refers to the programming done for all the elements which are visible on the client's side. So, the one who writes a program for front-end web development is referred to as the professionals, front-end developers. Now, let's look into what are the essential elements of the front-end development which is seen or viewed by all the visitors of website users. So, the elements are as mentioned below. Images on the website. Overall layout and design of the website. Buttons visible. Navigation panels. Graphics and animations. Content organized on the website. The style and color of text tables and graphs. The above points mean everything including structure, design, content, or whatever is seen on the browser screen when one opens the website or web application, or mobile applications. In raw words, the role of front-end developers is to actually code and bring life and creativity to such elements of the website which are visual. So, here all the focus is beautifying the elements or whatever the client sees when they actually visit the website or application. Two major parts of front-end development are responsiveness, which refers to the system of how the website responds to the client's query. So the layout of the website should automatically reset as per the size of the device, be it anything tablet, mobile, smartwatch, etc. And the second one is performance, which means how long does the website take to respond to the client's click or any other sort of query. Languages used in front-end development. Despite different technologies and stacks available in the industry, the front-end developers majorly use the below-mentioned three languages. 1. HTML. It refers to hypertext markup language. As the name states, HTML is a combination of two languages known as hypertext and markup languages. Here, hypertext refers to the link between the different pages and markup actually describes the text documentation which comes under the tag that explains the structure of the web pages. It is majorly used for designing the front-end part of the web pages. 2. CSS. It stands for Cascading Style Sheets. It provides the developers with a flexible as well as the precise way to create beautiful, interactive, and attractive web designs. It basically simplifies the process of developing presentable web pages. 3. JavaScript. Now this is the event-based language which is mainly used to create the dynamic elements on the static web pages. So, it can be called a tool to create magic on the site, which makes it more interactive as well as enhances the functionality of the website. Flutter uses Dart. Django uses Python. And React uses JavaScript. Angular. Swift. These are a few other languages that are used in developing the front-end part of the website. Frameworks and libraries used in front-end. Frameworks are the one that reduces the overall burden of the developers. And how they do it is that they are called the skeleton of pre-written codes, where the developers just need to enter such coding which is domain-specific. Below is the list of some famous frameworks and libraries used in the front-end. 1. React.js. It is handled by Facebook. It is an open-source flexible JavaScript library for developing user interfaces. As this is a front-end library, so it is responsible only for the options which are viewed by users. 2. Angular.js. It is an open-source front-end framework that is used to develop single-page applications. It converts static HTML into dynamic HTML. 3. jQuery. It is again an open-source JavaScript library that simplifies the interaction between JavaScript and document object model. Some of the other frameworks and libraries used for front-end development are Flutter, Sass, Bootstrap, Semantic UI, Backbone, JS, Foundation, Materialize, etc. What is back-end development? In simple language, back-end development refers to that part of the website which users can't see, which means the server side. Whenever one is using any website or app, then one needs an accessible place where they can store all their information, and it is called a database. Examples of some of them are MySQL database, Oracle, SQL Server, and many more. And these databases are operated from a computer, which usually is remote-based. Back-end development refers to that portion of software that does not get in contact with its end users. The functionalities and features developed by the back-end are accessible by the users through front-end applications only. These services are usually the backbone of any application or web page. One of the best examples of back-end is explained here. Suppose the user is browsing some e-commerce portal and selects address to proceed with. Then all these browsers are happening through the front end. But when they select it in the cart with specific color and size, then authorize the payment. All this information is stored in the database which resides on a server. The user will simply check the status of delivery after a few days. Then the server pulls the required data, updates the same with tracking data, and displays the information to the user. WP Forms. The user will simply check the status of delivery after a few days. Then the server pulls the required data, updates the same with tracking data, and displays the information to the user in the front end. The tasks of back-end developers usually are mentioned below. Managing the database. Utilization of the used framework. Regular troubleshooting and debugging the website or mobile applications, building required codes. Languages used in back-end development. Some of the famous and remarkable languages used for back-end development are given as under. One. Java. It is one of the common and widely used programming languages which is highly scalable, and even its Components are available very easily. 2. PHP. It is a scripting language designed specifically for the server side. 3. Python. It is that programming language that fastens your work and integrates the entire system in a more efficient manner. 4. C++. It is a general-purpose programming language that is nowadays mostly used in competitive programming. 5. Node.js. It is neither a framework nor a programming language but an open-source and cross-platform runtime environment for the execution of the JavaScript code outside the respective browser. It is used for developing the back-end services like Apis for mobile app or web app. Some of the other enterprise-level databases used in back-end development are Teradata, IBM DB2, Enterprise DB, SAP Sybase ASE. Ruby on Rails, C, C++, C#, are some of the other languages used in the back-end. Frameworks used in back-end. Some of the known frameworks used in back-end development are Django, Rails, Spring, Express, Laravel, etc. And some other server-side scripting languages are Go, REST, Ruby, C#, and many more. Front-end versus back-end, how are they different? Front-end and back-end are totally different ways but are co-related and can be called different aspects of any particular situation. In simple language, the front-end is what users see and the back-end is where everything is managed on what the user is seeing. Some of the differences are explained below. A. Both works on different sides of the website or application. Front-end works on the elements which are visible to the users when they browse the website or mobile app, while back-end refers to that side of the website which is not visible to users. And both of these combine to form a dynamic website that allows users to perform their activity on the website or app. Netflix, Facebook are some examples of dynamic websites. Languages used in both are different. HTML, CSS, JavaScript are used in front-end while in the back-end. The languages used are Python, Ruby, Java, .NET. C. Both are different aspects and experience. The visual part of the website which is experienced by the users is the front-end and whatever happens in the background to give that visual part is the back-end. D. Both front-end and back-end have equal importance and strength. Both the development cannot work without each other. They combine and are able to offer the best of dynamic website and mobile applications. None of the sides can be called more important or difficult as both the aspects are equally important and detailed. E. Which one pays more, front-end or back-end? Although both are equally important, back-end developers here are in a slightly advantageous position with an average annual salary of around $10,000, while the one for a front-end developer is $7.60. Although salary depends on several factors like experience, knowledge, unique abilities, passion, etc. The above points have given enough clear idea on how the front-end and back-end are different from each other and how both of them are equally important for any kind of web development of any mobile application. So, it completely depends on the interest of the person that they want to go ahead with as per their interest. So, for that, you wisely choose Mobile App Development Company India for better results. All the best with your choice and you will definitely excel if you make the correct choice.